Hi Saggies. Sorry. I'm calling you Saggies. It's like you're some flaming football team. Hello guys. Hello Sagittarius. Welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings. Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. Now, just to let you know what's happening with the channel. You can see that I'm back on screen this month. I haven't been on screen in ages and I hated it because I was so busy. I'm still really busy now, but you know what? I thought to myself, you know, this is how the channel was run from the very beginning. You know, I was always on screen. I enjoy talking to the audience, so why have I stopped interacting with my audience? Changes on the channel, Sagittarius, are basically that I'm doing mid-month readings now because I enjoy the mid-month readings better than just monthly readings. So you get 4 readings every month from now on, okay? So from the 1st to the 15th, you'll get a love spread through the Gypsy Tarot love spread, and you'll also get a standard sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? A general Celtic cross reading, or Celtic cross, however you say it, reading, okay? Now that Celtic cross can show anything, all right? It can show literally anything. So, you know, I'm sorry if it's love again, it's just the way sometimes the readings work out, all right? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's education, work, career, family, that type of thing. So you receive that between the 1st and the 15th, and then you'll receive between the 16th and the end of the month another love spread, and that'll just really be an update, I guess, seeing what's going on for the second 2 weeks of the month, and then another general Celtic cross. It's a lot of work to do, but I'm a hard worker and I'm a workaholic and I love it. So that's what's going on. And as I say, you'll always see me now on the Celtic cross readings, okay? You'll always see me. So without further ado, we're going to do your reading. We're using the tarot, the Rider-Waite tarot deck for your Celtic cross reading, Sagittarius. And we use clarifiers from there as well. And if we need further clarity, we're going to get the Universal Waite pocket deck, okay? We're also going to use the Angel Answers to get an advice from the Angels card, all right? So, without further ado, let's continue. So, Universe Spirit, show me what's coming in for Sagittarius. Show me Sagittarius. What's coming in for Sagittarius? What's coming in for Sagittarius? Show me Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the first 2 weeks in September. What's coming in for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the first 2 weeks in September 2017. Show me. Alright, so we're going to split the deck into 3, like so. We're going to collect it back up and let's have a look. Alright. Okay. Alright, that's interesting. You guys are the 7 of Wands, okay, for the first 2 weeks. This is in the you now position of September 2017. The 7 of Wands is where you're struggling with others. So some of you guys might be having a struggle with other individuals, alright, which is the 7 of Wands in whatever capacity it is. Sometimes this can be a struggle with the self, but usually when you get the 7 of Wands, it's a great card for standing in your confidence, alright? And I think that you guys are standing in your confidence around a situation, alright? Because there are other people, and this is you. So you're the guy with the wand, Sagittarius, and it is Wands, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So this is you guys. You're standing in your power, you're standing in your truth, you're standing in your confidence, and you're saying no. 7 of Wands is often a rejection card. It often says no. Not interested in a situation, which is why the focus for the first 2 weeks will be on the 5 of Swords. And I think the focus with this is you guys as the 3rd swordsman. I think you're kicking someone out, or I think that you're severing ties with an individual here, Sagittarius, from what I can see on the reading, because I feel that you are rejecting something, you're fighting something off, you're struggling with somebody or a group of people maybe, or their ideas. You're standing in your power, you're standing above everyone, you're saying, no, no, this is not happening, I'm not allowing it. This is the card of not allowing others to, or not allowing yourself to assimilate with others as well with this 7 of Wands energy. Sorry, there's a gleam on the cards. This is the card of not allowing yourself to assimilate with others that, you know, you feel This is not the card that says I'm better than you with the Seven of Wands, but it says I don't want to assimilate with whatever your ideas are. Usually the 6 Wands here, they're all holding out their hands or they're wagging their fingers. And it's either way. You're either, you know, facing, you know, with the 6 Wands here, somebody's either saying, give it to me, and the man holding up the wand says, no. Or it could be people are doing this, you that, and you're saying, I'm standing in my power. So I'm seeing that you're standing in your power here. I don't think that this is somebody saying, give it to me. I think that this is somebody kind of provoking you. Or I feel that this is somebody who, you know, sometimes this can be some people that are trying to charm you as well. Because you know better, you say no. So really you're saying no to something here, I feel, in the first 2 weeks of September, Sagittarius. And that's why your focus for the first 2 weeks in September is the Five of Swords. And I think that you're cutting something out or someone out, because the Five of Swords represents to cut people out. And I think that you are doing it because you're this here. I think your focus is on cutting someone out. All right, your focus is on overcoming. Five of Swords with the tarot, it's interesting because you've got to read the cards pertaining to what the story tells you. That's how I do my tarot readings. I never read it just in terms of the general meanings because it would mean no sense. This is it. This is you guys. The focus is winning for the first 2 weeks in September. And what's the reason for that? Because of the Three of Wands. Now, because the reading feels progressive to me, it doesn't feel regressive, it feels progressive. I feel that you guys, the Seven of Wands, you're standing in your truth and your power and you're rejecting something here. And as a result of that, the focus for the first 2 weeks is winning. It's winning an argument, it's severing ties with someone or maybe a couple of people, because the root energy is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is all about looking to the future in terms of a situation. In which, in the recent past, you're showing here, Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. You guys have been looking to pursue other areas in life. You might have been looking to travel, long distance, change location. But this is also about pursuing some form of a change that brings enthusiasm, happiness and excitement. The reason for why your focus is on winning, or the focus will be on you guys winning something here over others, severing ties, is the Page of Pentacles. It could be something to do with a financial situation. There might be a dispute here in terms of finances, because this is the influence for why you're doing this, or the focus is this. But you're this. You're fighting against something. That's Seven of Wands, in which your focus will be for the first 2 weeks to win. Five of Swords. You're casting someone or something out. You're severing ties. You're looking to win an argument here. It's because of the Page of Pentacles. There's something to do with either a child. It's to do with money. It could also be to do with some form of an investment, startup business, or some form of a proposal. The most likely outcome is the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands can say that things are up in the air. The Eight of Wands can show a release. The Eight of Wands can show an acceleration of matters, fast-moving changes. Coming in, what you'll experience as a King of Wands could be you, Sagittarius, because this can be Sagittarius, Leo, Aries for the purposes of the general reading. But it could also be a person, could be a Leo or an Aries person potentially, doesn't have to be. You're going to experience some form of an offer coming to you because you've got the Knight of Cups. Your hopes will be King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles can represent a person, but it can also represent some form of financial improvement or stability. But the outcome as a result of that offer is the Ten of Wands. You seem to be struggling to take that. All right? You seem to be struggling to take that because the Ten of Wands is about carrying a huge burden. Tens represent coming to the end of a situation, so we have to see what doubles up with this. It's either that there's a huge burden around something, or the Ten of Wands, and this is your card as well. The Ten of Wands can mean a huge burden you carry. It can mean that you're coming to the end of some form of a pressurised state. Let's have a look at what's clarifying here and what this is about. Why is Sagittarius the Seven of Wands? What is the situation? Why is Sagittarius between the 1st and the 15th of September the Seven of Wands? Show me. Because of the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So I feel that you're rejecting something here, the Seven of Wands. It's because of the Seven of Pentacles. It's not because you've been waiting. It's because you've been looking at the investment. When you get Seven of Pentacles, it's all about financial growth. Okay, so it looks like you're rejecting something here because you're looking at, with the Seven of Pentacles, something that you've already been working on, something that you've already invested in, the rewards of something that you've already had. When you get the Seven of Pentacles, often people say this is waiting, but it is in a way waiting, yes. because we look at the general terms, the general meaning is about waiting with the Seven of Pentacles. But if you look at this guy, he's already, for me, it's a bit weird, that explanation sometimes. It can be, but the Seven of Pentacles, you've already developed something here. You've already grown. So you got money in the bank with the Seven of Pentacles, and you're looking at what you've saved. So it's about saving something. It's about growing something. This Seven of Pentacles is all about the growth factor in a situation. So this can be projects you're working on. It can be money that you've saved. You're looking at it and you're saying, you know, there's one pentacle on the floor here, and you're saying, should I continue growing this thing? Or should I invest it somewhere else? All right, and I feel that because we've got this Seven of Wands, this is saying to me, you guys, you seem to be standing in your power. You're rejecting something here. This is you in rejection mode here, but it's only because you have the confidence to do that, Sagittarius, because you're looking at what's being grown. What is the potential to continue investing in this thing, or should you be going in another direction? The root energy for this is the Three of Wands. We're going to see why we've got the Three of Wands coming up. Why is the Three of Wands showing as the root energy for this reading for Sagittarius in the first 2 weeks of September? Why is the root energy the Three of Wands for Sagittarius? Because of the Emperor. So some of you guys, you are looking to the future in this situation. It's because of the Emperor. Could be somebody that you've turned your back on, for example. Might be an Aries person. It might be that you're looking to the future because the Emperor represents blockages, and it also represents conventional wisdom. So when you get the Emperor card, this is having to adhere to somebody else's conventional thoughts and ideas. He's very much like the Hierophant in that way. This person is rock solid, and they very rarely change their minds on a situation. Okay, when you get the Emperor, this can represent an institution, an establishment. Some of you guys might be looking towards other things. You might be looking to launch something new with this Three of Wands because of the Emperor. Maybe you found a certain structure that you were in to be far too confining, which is what the Emperor card can actually represent. It might also be a person, family member even, father figure. In the recent past, you guys have been the Knight of Wands. Why is Sagittarius the Knight of Wands? Why is Sagittarius the Knight of Wands? Show me. Right, I think that you guys have been pursuing other areas with that Knight of Wands. It's because with the Ten of Swords, something is over for you. The Ten of Swords means over, dead, finito, finished. Alright, so I think that you guys have been moving on. You've been pursuing new territories with that Knight of Wands energy. You might have been doing a bit of travelling even, because something with that Ten of Swords has been over. It's finished. It's final. The influences are showing the Page of Pentacles. We're going to see why the influence around this situation is the Page of Pentacles. Show me. The Page of Pentacles shows this can either be financial news that's come to you. It's because of a judgment, a decision that's been made. So it might be something about financial news. It might be about an investment with this Page of Pentacles. It could be a child with the Page of Pentacles. Can be an area of study, but it's because there's been a judgment made. A judgment with the when you get the Judgment card, it can either mean that a big decision, it can either mean that a big decision's been made with the Judgment card, or the Judgment card can mean rebirth, and it can mean change. So it might be that the influences are that you're looking at the potential of new opportunities even with that Page of Pentacles. It could be because with the Judgment card there's been some form of a change in this situation. Which is why in the centre of the reading, I believe that you guys are looking at winning something. You're either looking at severing ties with someone, or you're looking at winning an argument or winning some form of a dispute. Why is the Five of Swords the focus for Sagittarius? Why is the Five of Swords the focus for Sagittarius? Show me. Because of the High Priestess. I have to get clarity on that High Priestess. Why do we have the What are you trying to tell us with the High Priestess? What are you trying to tell us with the High Priestess? Okay. Well, I feel that the focus will be on winning a situation for some of you guys. Could be even cutting it out. Five of Swords means severance, casting things out, casting people out. The third swordsman isn't always bad. Sometimes the third swordsman has done something for a very good reason. And I feel that if this represents you, and it should do, because you're the Seven of Wands, both cards show defiance. So I'd say that this is you, Sagittarius. You're focusing on cutting something out. And why is that? Because of a High Priestess. Is there a secretive person around you? She's not in the reverse, so she doesn't show as being bad. But it might be something to do with your intuition with that High Priestess energy. What is your intuition telling you? Well, the devil is saying that something's going to be a huge burden, because devils represent burdens. They also represent toxic situations. So it might be that the focus for you guys is to cut something out, someone out in your life. It might be because of the High Priestess. The High Priestess can represent what your intuition is telling you. What is your intuition telling you? It might be that there is a huge burden or somebody that's quite toxic around you, for example, okay? So it's almost like you need to cut something dead because it's quite toxic and it's not going to serve you in the long run. The Eight of Wands will be the most likely outcome. Why is the Eight of Wands the most likely outcome for Sagittarius in the first 2 weeks of September? All right. I think that you've got still some difficulties to deal with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is not just about messages. It's not just about change. And it's certainly not just about, you know, release or leaving or plane or travel. It can be that the best case scenario is you guys flee or you leave or something like that, or you go away or you travel. Why is that? Because you've been worried with that Nine of Swords. It could also be that you're still going to have to deal with some form of an attack, because the Eight of Wands is a card that actually references when you're still being attacked by others, their ideas. Usually not words, but it can be via email, for example. Usually with the Eight of Wands, or it can be other people's energies are attacking you. Why is that? Because of the Nine of Swords. All right, so it might be that you're still, the most likely outcome will be that this is still something that's going on because of the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is interesting because the Nine of Swords is more a card about mental worries going on. So this might be the most likely outcome is you're still thinking that you've got something to worry about here, because we've got to look at what the clarifier is. And the Nine of Swords isn't just about, in a word, worry or anxiety, Sagittarius. This card actually says, you know, when you're literally thinking something, so you're having sleepless nights, it's in your head. So it might be the most likely outcome is, because we can now read this perhaps as your crowning thoughts, that some of you guys, it might be the most likely outcome is either that you guys are going to sort of travel or leave or move away from a situation very quickly with the Eight of Wands because of the Nine of Swords, worrying about it. It might also be that you guys consciously or, you know, your crowning thoughts are saying, I've still got something to worry about. Somebody's starting to get me. I've still got all of these problems going on with the Eight of Wands because you're worrying about it with the Nine of Swords. I'm going to see why you guys are worrying with the Nine of Swords. Why is Sagittarius worrying with the Nine of Swords? Why is Sagittarius worrying with the Nine of Swords? Well, there you go. The Knight of Swords. And this shows somebody who's aggressive. So when you get that Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords facing that person, they're aggressive through their words, their energy. They're being really aggressive. The most likely outcome will be the Eight of Wands. Some of you guys might be fleeing or moving, or just not moving as such, but you're, I'm not saying you're running away, but you're kind of disappearing from a situation, I feel, with that Eight of Wands. I think it's because you're worried. Why are you worried? You're worried about either way, you're worried about some form of an attack. I think that this is a verbal attack more than anything from an individual. What have we got coming in? We've got a King of Wands showing up. Why is the King of Wands showing up in the immediate future for Sagittarius? Why is the King of Wands showing up in the immediate future for Sagittarius? Right, so this is the voice of reason. This is an advisor, I feel. So there's a person coming in, a King of Wands. I think this person is going to be giving you some advice. I'm going to see why the Hierophant is here. Why the Hierophant? Why the Hierophant? Yeah, I feel that there's a King of Wands showing up. This is a person who's very caring. They can give you a lot of spiritual insight into the situation. I feel that they're showing up because they're giving you advice. Hierophant, and it's because of the King of Cups. This is somebody who will give very kind, very loving advice to you. This might be somebody that you know, somebody that you've been around, okay? I think there's a real kind energy showing up for somebody coming in. And what they'll do is they're going to come in and they're going to give you the cup of love. I'm not saying they're going to offer you love, but could be. But what I'm saying is they're offering you something. What is this Knight of Cups about that Pisces will, and actually not Pisces, that Sagittarius will experience? What is this Knight of Cups about? Show me. Okay. Why do we have this card? I think some of you guys might be being invited, because the Knight of Cups means an invitation. So some of you guys might be making, I think this person's giving you some form of an invitation. You'll experience an invitation with the Knight of Cups. What's that about? Page of Wands. It might be to do something, get out, you know, enjoy yourself, you know, because the Page of Wands is a card about enthusiasm, enjoyment, curiosity, pursuing leisurely and creative pursuits. But that's because you guys have been a little bit depressed with that Moon card. Okay, so I feel that there's some depression. You're holding on here, but I think that you've got a friend coming in, Sagittarius, that's really going to kind of try and help you to overcome a situation. But they're limited in what they can do. But I'm seeing a very kindly advisor coming in, because the Hierophant is an advisor, and with the King of Cups, this should be somebody who's quite kind. All right, because this advice is coming in because the person's showing you unconditional love. They're showing you compassion. When you get King of Cups, Queen of Cups, they often show people who show a lot of compassion to others, and it's showing as a King of Wands. So there's somebody who might be the same fire sign as you, like a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or it could just simply be because when you get the King of Wands, this is somebody who's got great intuition. They're also a very inspirational character. He's a very inspirational individual. He's able to speak words of wisdom, really intelligent individual. And I feel that this person's coming in because they're going to be offering you words of advice and wisdom because of the King of Cups. And it might be because they're in love with you, who knows, but it might also be because they've got a lot of compassion and kindness and love towards you. And I feel that you'll be invited with this Knight of Cups. What will you be invited to do? Possibly just have some fun. Why is that? Because of the Moon. You've been really depressed and down and worried, I feel, about a situation. Your hopes are with the King of Pentacles. Let's have a look at why your hopes are the King of Pentacles. Why is Sagittarius hopes, the King of Pentacles? Because of friendship, the Three of Cups. Let's have a look. What is it about this Three of Cups? What is it about this Three of Cups? Oh. Three of Cups and the Lovers, that's interesting, because of the Lovers. And I don't say and, I say because, and it's different. When you say Three of Cups and the Lovers, it will have a different meaning to Three of Cups because of the Lovers. Alright? So this might be somebody that you've got feelings for, or this might be, because this is your hopes. You're hoping for a stable individual here, King of Pentacles. Alright? It could also be... King of Pentacles is stability, alright? If it's a hope, it's stable. He can be a bit of a fucker, but if you're looking at this as a hope, it's for somebody who's grounded, somebody who has common sense, that type of thing. But it's because of the Three of Cups. This is a friendship, and why is that? Because of the Lovers. The Lovers is a card about love, alright? It doesn't have to be a relationship, but it's about love. It's about joint love, an agreement because of the Lovers energy here. Let's have a look at why we've got the outcome here. Ten of Wands. Why is the outcome the Ten of Wands? Why is the outcome for Sagittarius the Ten of Wands? Why is the outcome for Sagittarius the Ten of Wands? Alright, Five of Cups. Why is there the Five of Cups? Why is there the Five of Cups? Show me. Because of strength. Alright, I think you're going to turn down some form of an offer because you've got the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands might be that you're struggling to take this person up on the offer. Why is that? Because the Five of Cups. Alright, the Five of Cups is a card about loss, sadness. So I feel that there's still some disappointment. And why is that? Because strength. Whatever this is with the Strength card. Now the Strength card means to hold back or to withdraw from a situation. Alright, so it might be that, you know, the outcome shows that you guys with the Ten of Wands, and you're being invited to do something, some of you Sagittarians are. But the problem is that you seem to decline, because when you get the Ten of Wands, somebody's hiding or they're concealing behind this. So it might be in the outcome you say, no, I can't do it, I've got too much pressure, I've got too much work on. But the reasons behind that would be because you're feeling lost and disappointed. Why are you feeling disappointed? Because of strength. Alright? Now the Strength card, this is two contra cards, because one thing that the Strength card talks about the inner confidence to hold back. But the Five of Cups says, I'm feeling lost and I'm feeling disappointed. But you seem to refute some form of an offer or an invitation that comes to you, Sagittarians. And that's because of the Five of Cups. In your loss, you might find strength. We can read the cards in all sorts of ways. The Strength card is about kind of, you know, holding back. Strength card can also be to feel confidence in that. This is almost like you're letting something get you down. You start off by being really strong around a situation, but it's almost like in your loss you find strength. So it's almost like you feel kind of in victim mode, I would say, over whatever the situation is, and you're not allowing yourself to get that out there and do something. It might also be that your fears are, because we've got this person who's coming in and offering some really good advice, but it might be that your fears are that this person is a King of Pentacles, looking for pleasure maybe. King of Pentacles is a pleasure seeker. Why is that? Well, Three of Cups and the Lovers can be a third-party relationship, so it can be, you know, three-way relationship going on here. You've got the Three of Cups number 3 and the Lovers as a partnership, so a third-party relationship. So it might be for some of you guys that you've refuted this. Yes, because you have loss. 5 of Cups, you're feeling sad, disappointing because of strength. Okay, and the Strength card is, when you get the Strength card, it can mean that you're trying to get over something as well. Okay, so you seem to withhold the ego, or you withhold the passion to go and do something. It might be for some of you guys that you're feeling the 5 of Cups, but that's because of Strength card. You're trying to get over this situation. You're trying to overcome the obstacle here. Okay, I feel that there, you know, you seem to start really well, Sagittarius, but then you seem to go a little bit downhill on a situation. We're going to get the reading again for you guys for the first 2 weeks in September. You guys are standing in your power, the 7 of Wands, all right? And I feel that you're rejecting something here. Why are you rejecting it? Because of the 7 of Coins. And the 7 of Coins is where you've built something up. So you're looking at the rewards of what you've built up in a situation, and that's why you seem to be rejecting something here with the 7 of Wands, because you've already built something up here. And you're looking at whether you should carry on investing in it or whether you should go in another direction. The root energy seems to be that you are trying to launch something new in your lives. Why is that? It might be with the Emperor card that there were blockages and constraints around you. It might be that you were being held back by a certain ideology, a certain conventionality. It might be there was an important person in your life. Recently, you guys might have been travelling, trying to escape. It might be that you've been trying to pursue other areas in terms of life, because you might be feeling really let down with the 10 of Swords. And I think that you have been feeling let down over a situation with that 10 of Swords. The influence is the Page of Coins. So the Page of Coins is about money, it's about investments, it's about an opportunity here. But maybe around this opportunity, the influence with this opportunity, maybe there was a judgment made on that, with the Judgment energy, which is why I feel it could be money, it could be window of opportunity with the Page of Coins, it could also be responsibility. So the influence might be that you guys are looking at a situation responsibly from the point of view that a Page of Pentacles would, being very cautious because of a judgment that's been made on a situation. And it seems to be impacting on why you guys are the 5 of Swords. The focus is winning something, it's eradicating something. I think this is more about eradicating something from your lives, Sagittarius, because I feel that your intuition is telling you that this is a very toxic situation, I feel, with that Devil energy, which is why you need to eradicate it. However, the most likely outcome will be the 8 of Wands. Now, I feel that the 8 of Wands is energy. So sometimes this can be where energy is attacking you. Maybe it's because you're worried. What are you worried about? You're worried about some form of a confrontation. It might be also that you're needing to escape, leave, release something here with the 8 of Wands. Why is that? Because you seem to be worried over some confrontation. It seems to me that you guys, you're looking to cut something out with the 5 of Swords because your intuition tells you that it's a toxic situation. But your crowning thoughts are around that. In order to do that is to leave. Because you're worried, 9 of Swords, about some form of a confrontation happening. So it's almost like you want to rid yourself of a situation here because you're afraid to confront it. That's how it seems to me. So it's almost like kill or be killed, if that makes any sense to you. I think that you want to rid yourself of something because you really don't want to face it. Not really. I mean, here the root energy is that you're looking to the future. You're looking to launch other things. It's because of an Emperor. Could be a work establishment, for example, with the Emperor energy showing. It could be somebody who's very difficult to deal with, like a difficult boss. It could be with the Emperor card that you've found yourself in four walls, in a environment or with a person who is very difficult to infiltrate, because the Emperor is somebody who's very set in their ways. And you're looking to release that and kind of start, you know, generating new things. But the crowning thoughts around that, we can see the root energy is that, but the crowning thoughts around that is that you need to release it, Eight of Wands. You might need to just get out of the way, travel, move on from it very quickly with the Eight of Wands, release the energy, because you're worried about confronting the situation with this individual. And your line is just to cut this thing out, the Five of Swords, because your intuition tells you that it might be quite toxic. Okay? And we also see you guys, again, pursuing other areas, possibly because you've been hurt, betrayed, let down with that Ten of Swords. I don't think that you've really confronted something here for some of you guys. I don't think you've really confronted some of you guys, haven't. Because you're here, you're the Seven of Wands, you're rejecting certain things in your life. Why is that? Because of the Seven of Coins. You're already invested in an area. But also we can say that you're blocking something out with that Seven of Wands because you're looking at what's been invested. Should you continue with it? Should you let it go? Which is why the focus for the month, for the first 2 weeks in September, will be on cutting this thing out. Why is that? Because your intuition tells you that it's toxic. The root issue is that you're trying to launch something new because of an Emperor. You're trying to get out of some form of, I feel, barrier that you feel that you're in with an individual. It could be with an establishment. It could be with somebody who's causing a lot of headaches for you. And you have been pursuing other areas. This is you, Sagittarius. For some of you guys, it's travel. For some of you guys, it's pursuits in terms of pleasure because you're feeling hurt. But the crowning area is saying to me that you're releasing something here. Eight of Wands, the most likely outcome, because you're worried about confronting it. So I don't feel that you're getting any proper answers in a situation here in the first 2 weeks of September, Sagittarius. There's a person that comes in, a King of Wands. I don't think this is you. I think this might be a friend. And they're offering you some really good advice. You've got this King of Cups and that Hierophant. Hierophant is about an advisor. And it's because of the King of Cups. This person cares about you. And I think that they're inviting you with this Knight of Cups to do other things. Page of Wands. Get out there, enjoy yourself. Because you've been depressed with the Moon energy. It might be that you're fearful of this person being the King of Pentacles. A pleasure seeker is the King of Pentacles. Third party relationship. Maybe they're involved with someone else and you don't want to get into it, which is fair enough. But I think that the outcome says that, you know, as a result of this, you know, if we look here, we can see you've got a mate around you, a friend, King of Wands, and they're offering you some friendly advice with this King of Cups. It's because they care about you, I feel. But what comes in as a result of that, you'll experience, Sagittarius, is an invitation, I feel, with this Knight of Cups. And it's an invitation to pursue other things, creative adventures, cinema, dinner, day out, whatever it is, because you've been so down with the Moon energy. But I feel that you guys kind of refute that with the Ten of Wands. You'll hide behind the barrier of work or being too busy. And why is that? Because in loss, there is strength. So it's almost like you refute doing other things because you're not really feeling very good about yourself. Some of you guys, okay? You kind of, you know, ignore offers from people. King of Wands can be male or female as well, okay? But it looks like you've got friendships coming in, people who want to help you. But you seem to refute it because you seem to be happier to be mourning or to be upset over a situation or a particular person. And I would say if that's the case, Sagittarius, it's best just to try if you can and get out there and do stuff and don't sit within the loss. Whoever it is that's upset you in this reading, they're probably not sitting within the loss. They're probably getting on about their business and they don't care. And I think that if you've got a person like that around you, you've got to become like them, okay? So if you're sitting in, you're upset because you've been let down by an individual, whatever the case is, and you have offers coming in and saying, let's go and do this, let's go and do that, and you're kind of like, no, I don't want to, I just want to sit here and be sad, which for me is what this is. You've got the Five of Cups because of the Strength card, and there's strength with the Strength card, you know. So it's almost like, for me, the cards are saying there's strength. You feel strength within your loss. So you kind of feel, you know how some people are kind of like, you know, well, I'm really upset and I'm really down and I'm just going to carry on feeling like this because I want to. It's almost like feeling sorry for yourself and feeling that you should be feeling sorry for yourself. And I feel that if invitations do come in for some of you guys over a situation, you need to go out there and grab those invitations. Just go out there and grab those invitations. Okay? Go out there and seize the day. Because whoever it is that's upset you, Sagittarius, it's more than likely that they're not sitting in and mourning you. They're more than likely out there doing whatever it is that they want to do. And I feel that you need to go out and do the same. As hard as it is, it's best that you go out and do the same thing. Let's get your angel card. Sorry, I'm looking like an oily mess at the minute. I've got that ring light on. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Sagittarius? What is the advice that you have for Sagittarius in the first 2 weeks of September? Show me. It says no. What are you saying no to, universe? What are you saying no to? What are you saying no to? Oh, saying no, the situation will improve. What do you mean by the situation will improve? What do you mean the situation will improve? Ask your angels. What does Sagittarius need to ask their angels? What does Sagittarius need to ask their angels? Show me. It's telling you to wait. I'm not sure I'm in agreement in that. What do you want them to wait for? What do you want them to wait for? You need to trust. Okay, that's interesting. What do they need to trust in? I'm not understanding you, angels, and where you're going with this. What does Sagittarius need to trust in? In the near future. Well, what's in the near future? What's in the near future for Sagittarius? Can you just make a bit more sense? Sorry, angels, I'm just not understanding you on this. What do you mean? What's in the near future for Sagittarius? Yes. Okay. Well, what's there a yes on? Come on, because we really need to wrap up this reading. Sorry, universe. What do you mean yes? Perfect timing. Okay, we're going to stop there. It's saying no. No. The situation will improve. Ask your angels. And then wait. Because you need to trust that in the near future, yes, there will be perfect timing. Whatever that means for you, I'm sorry, it means for you. I think that really what the angels are trying to say is no, all right? So whatever that means, if you've got other ideas about this reading or doing something in a different way, I think the angels might be saying no, because the situation is going to improve. I don't know whether the situation will improve with these people or this person that you've had some form of problem with, all right? It's saying that all in perfect timing for you guys. So I feel that something's going to change and something's going to improve. Whatever that is, it is. But I would say in this reading, and though I'm not disagreeing with you, angels, at all, I promise you I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I would say is, Sagittarius, that speak to God, speak to your angels, just say, angels, show me a sign, which is what I think that the universe is saying. It's saying, ask the angels and then wait. Wait for that sign, okay? Because the situation's going to improve on the situation. You need to trust that in the near future, yes, there will be perfect timing. Whatever this is, it is. But in the meantime, what I don't want you guys to do is wait for something to completely change. So sit still and wait for that change. Get out there and do stuff. Get out there and enjoy your life. If you've got invitations from people coming in, go and follow up those invitations. Don't wait for the situation to change. Go out there, because the more that you go out there and you do stuff, the more the situation will start to improve for you. Okay? If you stand still, time stands still. So what you need to do is get out there, move forward, enjoy your life, and just get on with it, okay? Regardless of what's going on. Because as I've said, whoever it is that's upset you here, they're not sitting still. They're not standing still. They're going out there and they're enjoying their lives. And you need to do the same. Okay, that's your reading, Sagittarius, for the first 2 weeks in September. I would like to say thank you so much for choosing Carol's Universe. And I will speak to you guys in a couple more weeks. Take care.